Welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast, where we talk about how to be a better lifter, how to be a better coach, and everything in between. Make sure you subscribe and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Zero Weakness Podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Go to establishmentcoffee.com.au, use the code 025, get 25% off your order and free shipping. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
What's on your feet, Tom, bro?
Yes.
I actually unds these today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had them for years, but I know that every time they still got they got the shiny stuff too. Every time I've gone to get them out to wear them, I'm like, oh, they're not laced up, so I put them back and wear something else.
Are
They're really nice.
What are they? Shadow? Are they?
Shadows, yeah.
Yeah, shadows.
Yep. So unds them means undead stock. Means the first time they've ever been worn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you say uns them? Is that what you say?
Uns.
Yeah.
I've always read it in my head as unds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've
Yeah.
always read it as uns.
Uns.
Mm.
Yeah, either way.
I like
it's
those.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, they're very clean, very expensive now. How much are they worth now?
I don't know. Haven't looked.
What year are they?
I also don't know.
Nice.
Was 2016, 15, maybe? I've had them for a while.
Because I haven't seen shadows in a very long time.
Did they do a re-release in like 2019 or something?
No, that's what I mean. I don't remember seeing them in forever.
Yeah, I know they're a bit older.
Very nice. Very clean shoe.
All right. What have we been up to, fam? Bridget.
I'm still benching with my feet down and it feels good.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Feels normal again, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Just imagine how much better it would feel with 5 pillows instead of 1.
We were just discussing how many pillows we all sleep with.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the general consensus?
5.
Thomas sleeps with 5.
Sleeps with
I sleep with 2. CJ sleeps with 2.
I'm normally a 3.
Yeah.
You know, I got one between my legs,
Yeah.
one I cuddle, and one for my head.
Yeah.
I got those big long body pillows at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get one of them.
Mm.
Or a banana pillow.
They're good.
Yes.
Get a pregnancy pillow.
What do they look like?
So it's like a body pillow, but like a big horseshoe shape. So two arms that go like pretty much all the way down your body.
Sounds amazing.
That would be awesome.
Sounds
I'd be able to
amazing.
get rid of all the pillows just with the one.
Yeah.
Between my legs, wrapped around my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one, but I'll talk to you about it after.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm a 5 pillow guy. 2 for the head, 1 for the arms, 1 for the legs, and 1 protection pillow.
Yeah?
Yeah. I know what you're thinking. What does a protection pillow mean? Well, it's to ward off evil spirits. It sits behind my pillow, my head pillow, and the wall to stop me hitting my head. And also, it serves to hang my CPAP cord off of.
Oh.
Otherwise, it kind of gets in your face or like touches your arms. It gets a bit annoying.
Do you ever wake up with a CPAP? Or like, does it wake? You know how like I have like a restless sleep.
Yeah.
Does a CPAP just help you sleep all the way through?
I mean, it stops you from choking yourself awake for sure.
Yeah.
I still wake up 2 or 3 times a night, but I always have. Like, I cannot remember a time in my life where I haven't woken up at least 2 times a night.
Wow.
Yeah. There's like, there's been a couple of times, but if I sleep all the way through, it's amazing.
Yeah, wow.
Jeez.
Sorry, Gidge. What else you been doing?
Benching, house sitting. Heather and Scott get back today.
Nice.
2 of my clients. I've been looking after their house and I'm really excited to see them. They'll be back at the gym hopefully this week. Depends on how tired they are. But they are, I think, one of the first few people to do all 5 Australian Zero Weakness gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
So they ticked off Mackay and Cairns this week.
Did they get something? They got all the badges.
Well, I want to actually get little badges.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
I reckon that'd
Yeah.
be cool. But I'd have to order like thousands and like keep 100 or like keep 1,000 at each gym to give to everyone.
That's a really cool idea.
Cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, find me a badge supplier in China and we'll do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Nice. Yeah, that's all I've been up to. What about you, James?
Do you know what I find funny? We're so boring. Whenever we're like, what have we been up to? We just talk about our training.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else has done all 5 besides me.
Has Ryan Anderson?
No.
I don't think he's done Cairns
hasn't
because he
done
did
Cairns.
Mackay and then the other 3.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done Cairns.
I'm pretty sure Khan has. Kind of by default.
Mm-hmm.
The only other people I can think that might have, I know there's been a couple of people from Cairns come down and train at like Gold Coast and Brisbane and Southside, but I don't know if they've done Mackay
They've done
before.
Mackay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
Mm.
You don't hear people that go, "Oh, gonna go train at all the world's gyms."
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really
CJ,
cool.
Very cool.
What have you been up to?
Honestly, much to say, I'm just training really. Deload's been great. It's been nice to have a deload. The body's been very sore. But yeah, that's it really. Keen to see what training looks like next. Yeah.
You worked up to 200 on your deadlift and
210.
210.
210.
Nice.
Yeah, I overshot a little bit, but no, I felt really good.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's so wild. Like 210, like was so light for me, and I've never been that. It's been a while since I've been nervous, like for a lift, like I was peaking. But then, yeah, once you do
Smashed it.
and you're like, oh, yeah, it is easy. No, it's good.
James, what have you been up to?
Nothing exciting as well. I'm just on a little bit of a roll with my everything. Just the rinse and repeat, lift, run, jiu-jitsu, lift, run, jiu-jitsu. I'm loving it. So it's good.
Nice.
By default of being so much more active, I feel like I'm getting a little bit leaner.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also been, I reckon this is the most consistent I've been with my nutrition in
It is.
forever.
It is.
Yeah.
CJ, can you cut all the times James has said that on the podcast into one? I don't know if Instagram allows reels that long, but we can try.
Oh, that'd be so good. Oh yeah, so my brekkie, I'll talk you through my brekkie I've been having lately.
Hit me.
Cup of egg whites, 2 eggs, kimchi, chili oil, some spinach.
Sounds yum.
Yeah, it's the best.
Do you use that chili oil?
Yeah.
Fuck, you must go ham on that because I gave it to you on Monday.
Yeah.
And I opened it yesterday and it was like half gone. Like, how much does this guy put on?
All right, that's what I thought. I was like, do I use too much of it? Because a serving's like fucking like 15 grams of fat or something. And I'm like,
And there's probably like 100 serves in there, and with you, it's gone in a week.
all right, how much do you use?
I probably use too much, but I use like maybe like 3/4 of a spoonful. I reckon you go 2 spoons.
No, I probably use about the same.
Oh.
Yeah.
Surely you used more because there was a lot going.
I reckon Bridget or CJ just snacking on it.
I
eh?
haven't-
I
Throughout
had
the
a little
day.
bit
I
yesterday.
haven't had
with
any
my
of the ones.
eggs.
Well, because you told me to get the crunchy one, but the one downstairs was the hot chili one.
Yeah, so I looked on, well, when I say Meg looked on the ingredients label and was like, no, this is the one with peanuts.
So you want the one with peanuts?
Yeah, the crunchy one doesn't have peanuts.
Okay.
Sounds
Wait,
weird.
why is that other
Should
one
be
still in the fridge? The other one's still looking nice and full.
Yeah.
The Aussie one with the oats in it.
I thought that's the one that CJ wanted. It's yours, CJ.
Yeah, that one's dog
No.
shit.
All right, I'll try the
Is
one
that
with
the one
peanuts.
that's in like the rectangle
Yeah, nah,
container?
that's
Yeah.
terrible. That's the
Terrible.
Plastic container.
Yeah.
But
Right.
what else have I been up to? Nah, nothing. Just like I said, rinse and repeat. Everything's going good.
Nice.
What about you, brother?
Has been working, training, getting addicted to PlayStation,
What are you playing?
Really?
Horizon.
Nice.
Such a good game.
Let's go.
Meg bought me a PS5 for my birthday, and I've been holding off playing it because I know how addicted I get. Then I was like, okay, I'll give myself, after all the work's been done, and I've had my dinner, before bed, I'll play for an hour. Hour turned into 2 hours. 2 hours is getting pretty close to like dominating my. This is what happens. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, I could walk, buddy, or I could just play. Like, I hate when it's raining because I can't walk, and now every day I'm like, is it raining? I hope it's raining.
the tap's leaking.
Yeah. Well, there's one piddly cloud in the sky. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Do I want to risk it? I don't know if I can code today. Yeah, I got to be really careful with games because it's my Achilles heel. No offense,
Slippery
James.
slope.
Yeah, it's my weakness. I can get really entrenched in them really quickly. So I got to really. It's a good test of self control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you have to leave today at 12?
No, I'm not actually going. I'm leaving, but I'm coming back. We just have to go to the house and I think something's being dropped off, or I don't know. I need to go.
Oh, how's the move going?
Yeah, slowly.
Yeah.
I locked my car today because I'm moving all my shoes, or half my shoes, down today. So my car's full of Jordans.
I like how that's the...
The reason.
Yeah, cameras, laptops, whatever. Unlock the shoes in there. Oh, someone might steal it.
Someone might steal it at your own gym. Leaves it unlocked in Woodridge.
Exactly. Don't tell my secrets.
All right, what are you guys grateful for?
Bridget.
A good night's sleep because I haven't had one in a little while. So,
Nice. Shout
yeah.
out to the cats.
Yeah. Yes, cats. 1:30 this
cats.
morning. 1:30 this morning they woke me up, and then again at 5. But they're very cute, so it's okay.
How specifically do they wake you up? Like, are they climbing on you or just meowing loudly?
Sometimes they'll climb, and then there's meowing loudly, and then when I don't respond to that, they start clawing at the floor. And yeah, there's a few different things. But they're so cute. They're very, very sweet.
One of them's the biggest cat I've ever seen in my life.
He's a Maine Coon
It's
cat.
fucking
I don't know if you've
scary.
seen them.
It's literally like a lion or a tiger.
What?
He's huge. He's huge. He's not that big.
Yes, he is.
He's not the size of a lion.
Size of Buddy.
Yeah, he's about the size of Buddy.
That's a big cat.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That is huge.
No,
Yeah,
a little bit smaller
Maybe
than
a
Buddy.
tiny bit smaller.
He's
That's
huge.
massive.
It's scary, bro. It's actually
They're
scary.
like double the size of a normal cat.
Oh,
And its paws are fucking humongous. I
But
was
he's
actually
so
scared. I was like, oh my
sweet.
God.
Do you guys understand,
sweet.
like, if, you know, there's like tabby cat and then I don't know what else there is, a sphinx cat or something. Do you guys know all the different cat types?
Nah.
Some of them, yeah.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah,
eh?
a tabby cat is my cat at home, Barry. Really common looking
Your
cat.
cat's
just
name's
with the,
Barry?
Yeah, my housemate's
Big
cat.
Bazza.
As.
But this is the
He-
thing. You say like common looking cat. All cats to me are common looking
Well,
cats.
he's like,
Except for the ones with the smush faces. It's like the pug version of a cat.
well, Sabi's the same as Barry. They're like a stripy tomcat.
Now, with cats, it's either you can pat them or you can't.
Yeah.
That's how I know them.
yeah.
There's no such thing as a breed. It's like, can I pat it?
So what breeds that giant cat?
Maine Coon.
Maine Coon.
Siberian tiger.
Lion?
Uh,
So yeah, I'm grateful for a good night's sleep.
Nice.
Can't
CJ,
wait.
what you got?
I want to jump on that because I got a good night's sleep.
Yay.
I remember you were saying like the one way you judge sleep is by like dreams, and I never dream. But I remember one night I had like the most vivid like dream that went for ages, and I woke up feeling so good.
Nice.
It's like I don't remember. There's times where I have dreams, but you just don't remember them.
yeah.
But yeah, I remember having like a vivid dream.
Do you have nice dreams? I'm an anxious dreamer, so mine are always a bit scary.
When I'm on the brink of falling asleep, sometimes they're anxious because sometimes
Yeah.
you know when you're half asleep and you just jolt, and
Yeah.
they're usually anxious dreams. But when I'm having like that vivid, I remember I was just playing footy with the boys.
Nice.
That
Do you know-
was it.
do you know what the worst is? When you dream that you're at work. Sometimes I feel like messaging Tom Bro and go, brother,
Already done a full shift.
I've clocked up too much hours this week.
Simon Luke.
I've been at work for 8 hours. I wake up and I'm back there.
I've done an all-nighter.
My dreams, like, I get every type of dream. Like, I get common, like you can't you're going to crash and you can't brake, or you're trying
Yeah.
to run away. I get those every now and again. But my most common dream are just cooked. Like the wrong people in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like I'm in my childhood house and CJ's there and we're talking about like cars or something like that. It'd just
Yeah.
be cooked. Just wrong. Everything mixed up.
Yeah. It's like mine.
Yeah.
James, what are you grateful for?
I feel like I've said this a million times. I'm grateful for, we should all be grateful for our bodies and what our bodies allow us to do.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I feel bad because I was going to make a joke today and be like, I'm grateful for my health. I listen to the podcast like every time it comes out. So I listen to every single podcast.
Yeah.
of ours. And so it's so common how often we say the same gratefuls without realizing.
Yeah.
Mm.
But do you know what made me really grateful for it? So, do you see the chick that won the CrossFit Games?
Yes.
She's the
Ah.
kind of,
Was it the Aussie?
I don't want to.
No, she's from Hungary.
Yeah, and she's a fucking weapon. And she's not
Yeah.
like your typical looking CrossFit chick. She's kind of a little bit thicker.
Is she a newbie or is she one
No,
of
she's
like
been in
the
it for a while.
Yeah.
Eva Starbuck Stoddard or whatever?
They're all,
The one with
Thoris' daughter, David's daughter, and Sigmund's daughter.
Yeah, Sigmund's daughter.
Is Stigman the one with the big teeth?
I think
One of
so.
them's got
Sarah
like a
Sigmund's
real-
daughter.
Are they
Yeah,
all
big
she's got a real
smile.
cute voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sarah Sigmund's daughter.
Yeah.
Sarah Sigmund's
I
daughter.
think so.
But yeah, and she just did this really cool speech at the end talking about her body and what it's allowed her to do. Because she's not she's quite like, she's solid. Like,
Yeah.
if she walked in here, we'd be like, yeah, she's fucking jacked. But not compared to those other chicks. She just looks kind of regular.
Yeah, nice.
And she talks about her body and what it's allowed her to do. And yeah, so if you've ever fucking, I don't know, like, you know, sometimes I'm like, fuck, I wish I looked like I did half the shit I do. And then I just saw her, I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'm grateful for that.
Mm.
That's cool. I like it. I am grateful for Stephen Bradshaw. So Stephen Bradshaw is big dude at Southside. I I don't know. I just feel like we don't shout him out enough in general for how much he actually does for Daniel, for I, for Zero. Like he really loves us, and he just gives a lot, and he's just a champion.
He's got a heart of gold, that bloke.
Guy.
Yeah, he
Love Steven.
always messages me real positive affirmations and is always like, "Nah, you're making the right choice, bro. No, you're doing the right thing." And so he's like a weapon businessman as well. Like he's built a huge business, and he's really smart with business stuff. So he's one of these people that, like, if they talk about business, I shut up and I listen.
He's so humble too, eh?
Yeah, just real nice guy.
He's actually hit me up about coaching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm looking for. I saw him with his shirt off in the car
He's
park.
gotten so, like, he was like 160 kilos and very soft when he started.
He is fucking jacked
He's
out of his brain.
jacked.
He was so jacked I had to wind down like my window and be like, "What the fuck?" Because
He's looking so good.
Daniel told me a while ago how jacked he was, and I was like, "Oh yeah." Like I always knew he's a big, solid guy. He's got big fucking forearms, big chest, big arms. But I saw him without his shirt off, and I just drove past. And you know when someone's so jacked, you look, and I was like, "That's fucking
Yeah.
Uncle Steve."
Uncle Steve.
I was like, "Bro, you're looking fucking huge."
Yeah. It's happened to me a couple of times where, like, I was leaving Southside, and Daniel wasn't there while I was there, or like I just stopped in or something. I was leaving Southside, and I was driving in the back streets, and I was like, "Look at this dude, fucking big, massive dude with bald head, just walking down the road. Like, who walks around the neighborhood with his shirt off?" And I was just jealous because of how jacked he was. And I drove past, and it was Daniel. I'm like, far out. It was looking big. And the same thing happened like Monday. I was driving down Logan Road, and Toby had Monday and Tuesday off. And I was like, "Look at this big jack dude just walking down the road." And it was just Toby. They got past him, like, fuck, he's huge. He's looking really good.
I always forget how big everyone is
Yeah.
until someone like new here will be like, "Fuck, he's big." And I'm like,
Or when
Yeah,
you see
fuck.
him outside the gym in like normal clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who was at the bench workshop in the weekend? I forgot his name. Paul?
Yeah.
And he goes to me, "Fuck, you look way different in person." And he goes, "You're way smaller."
Gosh.
He's a nice guy though. He didn't mean it in like a bad way.
He just says it how it is.
It was so funny. I was like, "Yeah, I'm tiny, bro."
No filter on that.
I'm like 83 kilos dripping wet, fucking 5'6".
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a small man.
All right, quotes.
Oh man.
Whoops.
I forgot mine.
Oh, whoops.
Good that everyone's prepared. I've gotten, my phone has like a pen thing, and I've never really used it. And then yesterday, just randomly, I'm like, maybe I should just start writing down good stuff when I hear it.
Yeah.
So
I
did.
got one. The world is changed by your example, not by your opinion.
Nice.
Okay.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Lead by example.
Yep.
Shut up. Basically. Mine was actually like, it was a famous basketball coach. I don't know who it was. And I changed the score to the total. But the quote was, "The score takes care of itself," which was like, don't be so focused on building a particular score. Focus on the plays that are going to get the goals.
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
I like that.
All right. Mine is, I've been reading the Daily Stoic, and I got I've always like been into Stoicism, and I've been
The daily what?
the Daily Stoic. I've got it downstairs.
Oh, the daily Stoic.
Yeah, you read 1 page a day.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got a Stoicism journal that I've been using. So no person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice.
It's like the ultimate gratefulness.
Siege,
Everyone's got very inspiring quotes.
what's yours? Family.
No, mine's a war quote. It's, what is it? Fear the old man that's in the profession where young men die.
Ooh.
Nah, that's sick.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
I
cool.
really like that. That's like, you know, when you see like because in our industry, everyone's kind of young.
I was going to say that I feel like that as a coach.
Yeah.
As a coach, I'm still
Like,
standing.
you don't know what I've been through, boy.
And whenever I see like an older trainer, I'm always like, fuck yeah. Like they're still here.
Yeah.
Because what's the lifespan of a personal trainer or a coach? Like 9 months or something?
Yeah.
Something really
Yeah,
short.
it's really
What?
short.
Really?
9 months?
Yeah. People fly in and fly out pretty quickly.
Oh my goodness.
And you can understand why it'd be such a hard thing to get into.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say, for instance, you go do some shitty PT course that takes 2 weeks to go, and then all of a sudden you're qualified. Now you get a job in a gym, and they charge you $10,000 rent a week, and you got to figure out how to get all your clients. You got to figure out how to pretty much run a business.
Exactly. And you're starting at 4 a.m. and staying there till 8 p.m. because everyone wants before work or after work.
After work, exactly.
Pretty hectic.
And then you start underselling yourself because all you're trying to do is just get some business. So you're, doing $30 sessions, and you feel like you've done well. I've got 20 sessions this week. Wait, rent's due. Oh, that's all my rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
The 4 PT experts that have never been PTs.
I was just thinking that. I was like,
Never worked at a commercial gym in my life.
No, you can know the ins and outs of the industry without ever having.
I've had a very cushy. When people talk about, because some people have asked me that, oh, have you done it for so long? I'm like, well, I get a salary. I'm living the dream.
Yeah, it's cool, like doing the coach development and getting coaches that have been coaching way longer than me. Like even Sandy. Like Sandy's been coaching for 20 years or something.
Yeah, wow.
Been a PT for 20 years. I haven't been coaching for 20 years. It's pretty cool. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got?
What have we been watching? Books? Reading?
Oh, yeah, give us something. The Fat Joe book. If you guys like hip hop, he's got a pretty cool autobiography.
Nice.
Yeah, I've started listening to it. Really fucking cool. He's fucking...
Is he the one speaking it?
No.
Is he dead?
No, he's not dead. Well, you can get one that's narrated by him, but this one isn't narrated by him.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, he's you always heard stories about how gangster he was, and so it's pretty cool to listen to.
When do you listen? Do you listen when you're driving or like on your runs?
When I'm driving, I only listen to podcasts like when I'm driving, and then I'll listen to music. When do I listen to music?
Here.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of music, but it's never like in the car. It's always a podcast. And it's always a hip hop podcast.
CJ, what about you? What have you been listening to or watching?
I recently listened to the podcast on Joe Rogan with that Sadeth Kara. Is it Sadeth Kara? The guy who is exposing modern day slavery with them mining cobalt in Africa.
Yeah. I listened to that a while ago.
Flip.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
It's heavy.
Very, very heavy. Turns you off. Turns you off a lot of things, but especially turns you off electric cars pretty quickly.
Yes. Yeah, very quickly. Yeah.
Bridget.
I've still been right into Black Mirror. I've just been watching random episodes. I'll just pick one. I watched White Christmas, CJ.
It's good.
That messed with my head.
It's
big
good.
time.
You're gonna need to. Which one is White Christmas? Give me the general gist.
White Christmas. If you've seen them all, it's the one that.
You're not going to spoil it for me. I've seen
James,
them all.
have you seen them all? Or
Sorry, the what?
what?
Have you watched
Black
all of
Mirror?
Black Mirror?
No. Just watch Christmas.
All right. Well, for anyone listening,
John Hamm.
For anyone listening, just skip like a minute. CJ, spoil it.
John Hamm. It's an interrogation, but it's
There's
not.
2 guys in this house, and they don't really know how they got there, and they're talking to each other about how they got there.
Yeah.
And they put the consciousness into the. Oh man,
That's good.
It's
good.
such a good episode.
Yeah,
I was watching it with a mate, and he actually called it. I didn't see it coming, and he
I
was
saw
like,
it coming. Yeah,
he was like, I feel like he's being interrogated.
but
I was
the
like,
ending.
Damn it.
Do you remember the ending?
Yes.
Where they
Yeah, they screwed. It's such a Black Mirror ending. You just feel crap.
Yeah.
You just feel crap
Yeah.
afterwards.
Well, it's almost anti-storytelling. Like storytelling has a hero and there's an outcome, and like you build an emotional attachment. And sometimes it's like the villain is the hero, but Black Mirror so often it's just everyone loses.
Yes.
It's just nothing
Everyone
positive
loses.
about it. It's
That's
just
exactly
bad.
right.
Yeah.
That's why I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I love Quentin Tarantino films, because a lot of them are like that too.
That's why I like horror
Yes.
movies, because a lot of the time they have a dark twist at the end and there's no happy ending.
Nice.
Very morbid.
Very morbid.
I generally steer away from like the common like mindset or self-help. I don't know what you'd categorize them as, motivational content of any sort. But for some reason, I decided I haven't been using my Audible credits as often. You get like a credit a month. And so I had these credits that were about to expire. So I just picked like the top picks for you kind of thing. And I downloaded Atomic Habits.
Very good book.
By that Aussie guy. So I've started listening to that. So I think the content is great. It's not doing anything for me necessarily, but the way he's telling the stories is fantastic. I'm really liking that.
Nice.
There's another, you just reminded me, there's a book, Angus shared it, by Nassim Taleb.
The Anti-Fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to read that.
I haven't been able to find it.
Oh, really?
No. Not in like Audible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it exists on that. You'd have to buy the hard copy. Yeah, it's interesting when you hear enough of them. They're all using kind of the same template. Like obviously they've got the professional editors that are writing the book and shaping the book in the same way, but like the I guess the formula these things are kind of built on is always the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting seeing it packaged in different ways.
There's another book that I want to read actually by Dr. Nicole LaPera. I read her when I was going through some shit. I read one of her books and literally changed my life.
What book was it?
How to Do the Work.
And what's the next one?
I can't remember the name of the next one, but it just came out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
I'm not really into self-help stuff either.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just like my dad said it to me as well. My dad was saying, "Oh, I hate fucking like charlatans that say you need to do this," and yeah, so like I'm not really that big on them either. But her one was fucking really impactful.
Mm.
The only self-help writer I like is Eckhart Tolle, spiritual writer. The Power of Now. It's a book you should all read.
Yes, Mum.
Yes, Mum.
All right, what do we got? I commandeered. I overstepped my boundaries and told you what we're talking about today rather than... Well, it was my contribution last week. You're always saying we're not contributing, then I finally do, and you skip it.
Why do you have to?
No, that's awesome. That
Because
means
I've had
It
enough.
was really good. I thought we were going to talk about that last week.
I
I
forgot,
think
bro.
we ran out of time.
You know me, bro. I fucking,
Conveniently forgot.
I'm a goldfish. You tell me something, I'll forget about in 5 minutes.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm an elephant. I'm fat and I never forget.
You're jacked and you never forget.
Oh man!
Don't you get it twisted?
Bull elephant.
All right. So the topic I came up with for today. So this is Tom Bro's contribution to the podcast.
Yes.
How does powerlifting translate to life?
Doesn't. Next question.
It does. It teaches you patience and discipline.
Tell me how. How's
Because
it teach
in
you
a
patience?
in a world where we're just after instant gratification all the time, strength training is the slowest process there is.
Have you taken steroids?
No, I haven't.
That speeds up the process.
Yeah, it teaches you to be patient.
Can you speak to that from a lived experience perspective? Like, what's it done for you? Because I think that was one of my follow-on questions. Like, what's powerlifting given you? How has it translated into
Given me
actual
confidence
life?
as well. It's given me so much confidence and belief in my own abilities.
Mhm.
Yeah, I used to be, I'm still very shy. I don't talk a lot. I still get very anxious, but I used to be the person that would hide in the back of the gym and do my session there. And now it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's given me confidence in all areas of my life, not just in the lifting aspect.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know, that's what it's done for me personally.
I'm going to answer this differently. It's given me a career.
Yeah.
No, like seriously though, I always wanted to be in the fitness industry in some way, shape or form, but I didn't know how I was going to get into it. And I fell into powerlifting. And even though I've never like really identified as a power lifter, it's like taught me principles. It's made me understand a whole other world of strength and conditioning. It's made me understand concepts because I can look at powerlifting through such a lens. And like I said, it just makes me understand all these other concepts. So like with strength and conditioning, with weightlifting, with powerlifting, it's just made me understand everything else. Not saying I know everything, but it's just the way I think, the way that you taught me how to think about powerlifting has opened the door for me to look at everything else like similarly, or way to digest stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of things like patience and discipline, what you were just talking about, James. You can do that in other places, but I want it to be real for us as well. Like, what's it actually done for us? Well, what about the first part of the question, though? Like, does powerlifting translate into life? And outside your own experience, what have you guys seen happen with people that you've coached?
Again, the confidence thing.
Yeah.
Believing in themselves and discovering something that, like, for example, I've got a brand new client who she thought she hated the gym before she started here. She's been training with me for not even 3 weeks. And now she gets so excited to come in and hit PBs every week. And it's just, watching her blossom. It's amazing. And it's going to change her life. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's This is a weird way to put it, but I think powerlifting is an easy way to find that addiction to doing hard things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's hard. When you're training hard, when you're going near failure, when you're actually pushing, it's hard. It's work. But it's so much easier to digest and to come back and do again and again and again for most people than something like running. Would you agree? Like, I mean, like
1,000%.
for me, I know if I wanted to get good at running, I could get good at running. But that first run is going to turn me off straight away. Whereas for a lot of people, I can't speak for myself anymore, but for a lot of people, when they start easing into it and then finding their ability to have grit and to grind and to push, it becomes a little bit more easy to sort of see past how uncomfortable and how hard it is. And I think we probably downplay it too much. Like you can quote me 1,000 times saying powerlifting is quite an easy sport, and I maintain that. But it is hard. Like if you want to be good at it, you have to push, you have to work, and it is hard work. When I say it's easy, I just mean comparative to like being a professional runner or being a professional swimmer. Like these guys are training 8 hours a day, every day. It's their life to be at that level. It doesn't mean that powerlifting's super easy. Like that's the wrong terminology. It's just relative to high elite sports.
We're lucky that we get to do our sport as our training.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we're swimmers. They have to, they don't just get in the pool and swim. They have to go to S&C in the gym.
Absolutely.
They have to go do all this other stuff. We're very fortunate that, like I said, our training for our sport is our sport.
Yep. What about you, CJ? Like what would you say powerlifting has given you?
The big thing is confidence and self-belief, and like you're saying, the whole like it's hard and it's easiest to come back to. Like it's given me that thing that you can Goggins through. You know what I mean? And it's when you do that, like I don't know how you say it. Yeah, you're stacking the evidence. You do it more and more and more, and you think like, oh, okay, this is a thing I'm conquering each day, and you start doing it more and more, and I think that's where the confidence comes from, is knowing that, okay, I can do this, I have done this, I have overcome this, and that self-belief, I think, has translated into many aspects of my life, for sure. Yeah.
I'm curious because like a lot of people would say that confidence thing and that self-belief thing, like you guys both said it. I would say it for myself as well. I'm curious how that actually translates though. Like as in what areas of your life have you seen that strength and confidence actually come through? I'll go first. So I've definitely found confidence in being strong and being big as well. And I think a lot of people in general get into gym stuff because of insecurity. Whether it's like outward insecurity or some subconscious insecurity, like Bridget, you often talk about being skinny and being small and how that's why you really wanted to push in the gym. For me, I was always a really big kid. Like I was very overweight as a kid, then went through an eating disorder as a teenager, and I just wanted to really, really bad body dysmorphia to this day, like wanted to look better and feel better. And definitely lifting weights and being strong gave me that confidence. And I think the biggest thing is that I spent most of my life being scared, like beat up every second day, bullied as a kid, really scared of just the world and of people, really scared to interact with people, brain stuff as well for sure. But as an adult now, like I don't ever feel scared. I'm not scared of anyone or anything. I'm smart. I'm not going to mess with someone because I think I'm fucking hot shit or something like that. Because I know, like, never underestimate someone. It's like we were talking about people with cauliflower ears. Don't mess with that guy. I just look at everyone like that. Like, I don't know who can mess me up. So I'm not talking about, like, beating people up, but I'm not scared. I'm not scared to, I'm like, as something as simple as picking up the phone and making a call. I was always so scared of just talking to the person on the other end. And I think indirectly and partially directly, just confidence in myself has translated into real life.
I love that.
Yeah.
It definitely does give you a sense of, it made me way more confident because I was never, I'm still not strong, but I like, there's such a good feeling about being strong. I don't even know how to word it, but like, there's nothing, running's good. It's really good, but I don't feel good about I don't even know how to say it because I love running, I love lifting, but lifting weights, like I always come back to it. It's always the thing that makes you feel good. It's always the thing that gives you a whole bunch of confidence and yeah.
Yeah. I think in general in everyday life, it's changed how I just carry myself. Like how you walk around, how you walk into a room, just little things like that. I think for me personally, like same as you, like I've always been big growing up as a kid. And when you're young and you're a big kid, you get told very early on that like you're being big is almost like a hindrance to others. Like when you're a kid and you accidentally step on another kid's toe, it's not the same as another kid stepping on their toe.
Yeah.
Like they get hurt and
Constantly reminded of it.
yeah, you bump into someone and they start crying like, oh, CJ, you're too big. You can't do that. Like it's always a constant reminder. And one thing I remember, you know, Shaq, he's like, he talks about it. He's a monster, but he talks, Kobe talks about him saying like, you know, a lot of big men in the NBA, like the centers and those huge guys, they don't like being big because from a kid they're taught like, oh, you know, you bump into people, you hurt people. Shaq embraced it.
Yeah.
Like he loved being big. And I think that's what powerlifting's done for me.
Do you know?
Sorry.
No, sorry. I don't mean.
I was just saying like, yeah, that's what powerlifting's done for me. It's like being strong and being big and I guess masculine has made me like embrace my size more.
It's funny you said that
So
because
good.
all the big men in the NBA, besides like Shaquille O'Neal and Giannis Antetokounmpo, they're all big softies. And now it answers a lot of questions why they're big softies. Because when you're like when you're watching, you're like fucking just bully him, bully him in the paint. Look how small he is.
Yeah.
And the only two players that ever did that were Giannis and Shaq.
Yeah.
They were literally bullies. They knew they were big and they liked being big. Where everyone else is very soft and timid and. How many times do you watch it and you go, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you got a little guard on you, like, back him down.
People don't realize, like, they're skinny, yes, but they're 6'8", so they're like still 120 kilos. You know what I mean? Like, they're not 70 kilos
No,
just because they're
big,
skinny.
big boys,
like, when you're tall,
We had a saying in Christchurch, in New Zealand, like playing footy. Have you ever heard the term beefing? Like whenever you'd play footy and there'd be a real big dude and he's soft, you'd call him a beefing. It stood for big for nothing. Yeah, you fucking beefing. It's the worst insult, eh?
Yeah. Very, very brave insult. 'Cause
Yeah.
like if they
Yeah.
flip the switch and decide they're not big for nothing. That was me though. Like I was bigger than all the kids that used to beat me up, but I was useless. Like, yeah, you take one of two options: either just like cower and try and run away, and hopefully get away, or try and be tough and get smashed anyway. So like, run.
Yeah.
Taught to like, nah, get away, get out of the situation. But it's the same as being like neuro atypical, neurodivergent. Fuck, I hate those terms so much. It's the same as being a little bit different. You're taught from a very early age that everything that you do is wrong and this is normal and that you are meant to fit into this box. And if you don't fit into this box, you're weird and you're different. You're taught very early on that conformity is best, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm still very mindful of it. Like, whenever I bump into anyone, I'm very over-apologetic because I know me bumping into someone is like, that's a lot of weight, you know? But yeah, powerlifting has helped a lot with that.
What you need to do is go to like a few countries where it's overcrowded or a few situations where it's overcrowded, deadpan stare straight ahead, brace and just walk and just watch people fly off you, and then you'd be like, yeah, I'm the king. And the real strategy
Trail of carnage
is
behind you.
do it in a country like Japan where everyone's tiny and flimsy. They just bounce off you like pinballs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I have a real low tolerance for crowds, so I'm very polite for about 5 minutes. And then I'm just like, if you're in my way, that's your business.
Yeah, I had to learn, like in the Philippines, I had to learn to do that. Like going up, like, let's say a staircase and it's like crowds, like at a train station going up. And my mum would get annoyed because I'm letting people through. She's like, no, you have to push in.
Just heads down and straight through.
She'd literally grab this little Asian woman, my mum grabbing and pulling me through the crowd. I'm like, Mum, I'm stepping on people. It's like, too bad, like just go. And people giving me deathies all around. Like,
well, it's their fault. You're easier to see than them.
This is true.
You have
This
to
is
run
true,
away,
yeah.
baby. All right, Bridget, what about you? Like, I want to hear how, like you said, feel confident at like what in what?
Well, it's more so this job, I think, that gave me confidence, because I always love talking to people. My thing is always to be nice to people, because I never want anyone to feel like they're not included and like they don't belong here at the gym. So that's why I was always so sweet and nice to everybody when I came here, even before I started working here. But I was always still really shy. And then when I started working here, I was forced to talk to people more. I was forced to, you know, part of working here is sort of sales as well. So, you know, I had to talk to people on the phone. I had to do technique sessions, talk to people in person more. And it's just started to come naturally now, and it's brought me out of my shell more. And when I first started doing the podcast, I still get nervous, but I wouldn't be able to talk this much like at the beginning. So yeah, it's more so this job that's given me the confidence.
I think the awesome thing about places like this, and I'm not just saying Zero because there's many, many, many gyms like Zero, that because think of powerlifting, strength sports, even just like bodybuilding in the general gym world, a lot of people get into it because of insecurity. They find confidence in themselves because of their size or their strength, but they've never dealt with the insecurity.
Yeah.
So then you've got these insecure, gigantic people that go run amok. I think one of the really empowering things about a place like this is that it brings you down to earth because it shows you that you're on a spectrum. Like you can't look at all the kids that come in here that are, you know, slugging it out, deadlifting 170 and be like, 170, because there's also people coming in here deadlifting a lot more than you do, or squatting or benching, unless you coop, so that doesn't count. But, you know, there's people that are much stronger than you or climbing the ladder to become you, and everyone's there to help everyone out. So you cannot have an ego about your strength.
Exactly.
Like I can't walk around the country just being like, I'm the strongest equipped lifter ever in this country.
I knew that was coming.
I can't do that because I've got several raw lifters that could just tick the equipped box and outlift me raw. Yeah. Like I have to have an aura of humility about it because there's always a bigger fish. And the cool thing is that those people realize that there's people better than them as well, and they're down to earth and they're helping the people below them, and the people below them are contributing to the like it's such a great ecosystem. So cool. So it allows us to develop confidence, to develop self-empowerment, but remain humble at the same time.
The same reason, sorry.
No, go.
I was just going to say the same reason I joined this gym is the same reason most people do, and it's to surround yourself with people that are better than you.
Yeah.
You come in here knowing that there's people better than you.
And isn't it cool, like James, you could probably speak to this the most, isn't it cool to see the people that come in from other gyms that have developed that ego assimilate to the culture and lose the ego and become humble over time?
Yeah.
It is so cool to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's well, because our sport is such a niche sport. It's like a subculture of like the gym, like the general gym training, strength training. So majority of the people that get into powerlifting, maybe I could be wrong, but this is how I look at it. They've never really found a sport before. Like a lot of them haven't played team sports, or they felt like they weren't good enough to play team sports, and then they finally find something. They're like, "Whoa, this is it!" And this that gives them so much confidence. Because, you know, growing up, I don't know about you guys, but there's people that wanted to play team sports, but they just felt like they weren't good enough. Oh, I'm not good at this, whatever. And, you know, team sports aren't for everybody. And then they find powerlifting, even though it is an individual pursuit. It's like, oh, you come train at somewhere like this, you know, you got that team environment around you, and it's really cool. It's really empowering just seeing everyone come out their shells and things like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think one of the special things as well that you learn about an individual sport is that you can only let yourself down, and you can only let yourself down if your expectations don't align with your abilities or the effort that you're putting in. And so once you realize that what you get out is what you put in, there's nothing to let down. Like you can't let yourself down, or the only way you do let yourself down is with the reality check, which just makes you better than before. Which is really nice. It's cool to be in an individual sport, but have so much external support.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't, like, my sport before this was an individual sport, and it was the same thing. And I reckon, like, this is reverse engineering it, but I reckon it's just the same as what we were talking about before, where it's like the world's told you that you don't fit in. So you're like, cool, well, I know then that I can only rely on myself. So if I pick a sport where it's up to me to succeed or up to me to fail, then I get to be the master of my own destiny. It's probably why I ended up opening a business as well. I can't be controlled.
Oh, man.
That pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah. What's the time?
11:55.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, we got to cut this one a little bit short just because I got to bounce.
He's got PlayStation.
Yeah, no, I need to
Destiny's
just
calling.
duck out and yeah.
Starting to get a bit cloudy out there.
Yeah, no, it's not looking
Oh,
good.
it's raining. Better go home.
Yeah, my destiny's calling.
I got to go home to mentoring. Message the groups. Oh, guys, I'm under the weather tonight. Sorry.
Soon you're going to be start running the development course through the fucking what's it called? The chat in PS5.
Yeah. Ironically, I went on a podcast a few weeks ago, someone else's podcast, and I used a gaming headset because I was like, I wonder if the microphone's any different. It wasn't. I don't use a gaming headset, not a cheap one anyway. All right. Thanks, fam. Thanks for listening. Give us 5 stars. Do all that. We love you. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the ZeroW Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, ZeroW_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.